Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Literally just got out of work, just got home, and I'm here because what I'm about to say needs to be said because not a lot of people are realizing what's actually going on and the truth behind the Democrat and the liberals' assault on Judge Kavanaugh. See, all the sheeple will have you think that it's because, if Kavanaugh gets on, he's going to overturn Roe versus Wade, and we need to have the right to an abortion. Without getting into that at all, because everybody, no matter who you ask, is going to have a different reason, a different belief, whatever. The fact is that Roe versus Wade has been on the books for 45 years. When numerous administrations have had very conservative judge panels at the Supreme Court, and it's never been even touched. In fact, Scalia himself, God rest his soul, he even said that when it comes to major cases like that to define a nation, it's better to let sleeping dogs lie. Which brings us to what is really going on right now. Yesterday, it was a total and utter disgrace. It was the biggest insult and disregard to the Constitution. Yesterday was a total embarrassment for America. A total sham and a disregard of the way the nomination process and the advice and consent of the Senate is supposed to take place. They bombarded this man with all kinds of uncalled for accusations. Now, first off, before I go any further, I am a trained investigator and have been for 21 years. Do I believe that woman might have been a victim of a sexual assault in her life? Yes, it appears through her testimony that it's possible. Do I believe that it was Judge Kavanaugh? Absolutely not. There's not a shred of evidence that was corroborated. There are no witnesses. People who were there said it didn't happen. She doesn't know where it took place, when it took place, what room she was in, how it took place, what time it was. Those are all things that, as an investigator, if a victim's telling me this and she doesn't know anything, there's nothing to prosecute. But, with that said, the real reason that the Democrats have their fangs out and are trying to rip the head off of Judge Kavanaugh is because the future of the Democratic Party lies in gun control and possibly gun confiscation. Don't believe me? Listen. Who are the people right now that are in charge of this attack on Justice Kavanaugh? Dianne Feinstein and Chucky Schumer. Okay, Dianne Feinstein is the person who in November of 2016 in the Senate filed S-2095. That's the assault weapon ban of 2017. She's trying to bring back the assault weapon ban that she was a big part of in 1994. In fact, if you remember, it's all over the internet, she said this.
If I could have gotten 51 votes in the Senate of the United States for an outright ban, picking up every one of them, Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in, I would have done it. I could not do that. The votes weren't here.
A leopard never changes his spots. We know exactly what she wants. All the laws she's ever proposed are anti-gun. And same with Chucky Schumer. And why is Chucky Schumer against guns and why is he against Justice Kavanaugh? Because he is the one who authored the 1994 assault weapons ban under the Clinton administration. Are you guys starting to connect the dots? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? These two bobos know that if Justice Kavanaugh, he's going to be justice, when he gets on the Supreme Court, then their hopes at gun control for 2020 are gone. They're dead in the water. I mentioned Feinstein's assault weapon ban of 2017. Don't forget also in February of this year, the assault weapon ban of 2018 was submitted in the House of Representatives. And that's under H.R. 5087. There are two bills right now looking to reinstitute an assault weapon ban on a national level, except make it about 10 times as bad as that one was for gun owners. Legal, lawful abiding gun owners who are doing nothing wrong. The previous ban from 94, which sunsetted 10 years later in 04, would ban what they term as an assault weapon, which there's no such thing, but it had to have 2 or more cosmetic features to qualify under the ban. The new versions that are currently there by Feinstein and a clown from Rhode Island, they only need 1 of those cosmetic features. And they're all things like a pistol grip, a forward grip, a barrel shroud, a threaded barrel, a flash suppressor, a magazine, except a magazine. All kinds of things fall under that, as well as semi-automatic pistols. Many of every pistol you can think of that accepts a magazine that could be 10 rounds or more falls under the assault weapon ban that these two bobos have proposed. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake. These Democrats, no, sorry, let's say it right. These communists want to do one thing and one thing only, to deprive you and me of a liberty that we are guaranteed, all in the name of safety. It's absolute bullshit. And that's where Judge Kavanaugh enters this picture. They're trying to just assassinate his candidacy for the Supreme Court because he was sitting on the 3-judge panel that, even though the D.C. Court of Appeals upheld the Washington, D.C. assault weapons ban, Justice Kavanaugh dissented. And what he said, and I'll quote, "Semi-automatic firearms are protected by the Second Amendment." And what he said, you would have to assume that's how he would carry on his career of decisions when it comes to the Second Amendment. They're petrified of getting him on the Supreme Court. We already have Neil Gorsuch, who is Second Amendment friendly. We have Judge Clarence Thomas, who has spanked the other members verbally in public for not taking up Second Amendment cases that should have been open and closed cases. The tide is starting to turn, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to turn, and they're freaking out. And like Lindsey Graham said yesterday,
boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. God, I hate to say it because these have been my friends. But let me tell you, when it comes to this, you're looking for a fair process. You came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend.
And don't forget that some of the other major Democrat shooting stars, the all-stars of the party, Hillary Clinton, who in 2016 everybody thought she was the next president, and it was an open and closed case. She came out and said that she would support and that the country should possibly look at an Australian style of gun confiscation and buyback. That was followed by California Congressman Eric Swalwell, where he not only backed the Australian style gun buyback and outright gun ban, but he said we should even consider going door to door for confiscations. And don't forget, prior to the passage of the SAFE Act in New York Governor Cuomo, that dope, he even came out and said gun confiscation could be an option. These are the people who the Democratic Party hold in revere. These are the leaders of the party that decide which way they will go in the future. And that future, right now, depends on this Supreme Court nominee, Judge Kavanaugh. To my viewers, I beg you to forward this video. Not a lot of people are even talking about this, and this is the reason that this sham is taking place. Not because a woman who can remember all of a sudden 30 some odd years ago exactly what happened, but doesn't remember anything that happened, and decided to call Dianne Feinstein instead of the police. Really? Because I'm willing to bet if my little daughter, God forbid, ever got sexually assaulted, if that person ever lived a meeting with me, I guarantee she wouldn't call Dianne Feinstein. This whole process smells, and this is the truth. Please help me get it out. I ask you to call your congressmen and women. I'll have a link in the description. We'll get you to the switchboard to the list of all the numbers, how you can reach them, and on all their email addresses. Please get this out, pass this out to everybody, spread it to every forum you might be a member of. The future of the Republic might depend on it. I appreciate you all more than you know. Until we see each other again, this is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry your weapon, see through the smokescreen. Take care, everybody.